Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the wild world of YouTube creators. Hashtag these are real people. Today I got a doozy for you. One that really made me do a quadruple take. Huh? Today we're talking about JustGooby. If you've heard of him, it's probably because of his accusations on YouTube rather than his actual involvement and creation on YouTube. The whole story behind this guy is pretty wild, to say the least. For today's video, the outline will kind of look like this. I'll talk about JustGooby's involvement with friends, making YouTube videos, then getting into him making his own YouTube videos, into the downfall after the years of 2021 when all these accusations started popping up about all the terrible things that he was supposedly doing, and then going down that rabbit hole to really try to find the real truth and my own opinions on the situation, what seems to be true and what seems to be false, and so on. So to start off in the beginning, JustGooby really started gaining some popularity when he started making some videos with his friend Napkin Nate. Napkin Nate was a huge Roblox Let's Player who would play on this map called Jailbreak, and he amassed this huge fan base of about 1 million followers. Some of those fans growing a liking to JustGooby because he was apparently this comedic relief when it came to Napkin Nate's videos. Now, JustGooby didn't have his own YouTube channel at the time. He was merely just playing with his friend that he met online. Napkin Nate would pay JustGooby to play games with him for about 10 hours a day. So it's safe to say that Napkin Nate really opened the doors for JustGooby. I mean, people really didn't know about JustGooby until Napkin Nate kind of presented him and helped him gain his own following into the awesome world of YouTube and getting your own platform and fan base for whatever the hell you want. Terrible for an awful man like JustGooby. Which would then take a really sharp 90-degree turn when JustGooby would voice his opinions about Napkin Nate in a Discord group chat that they would both share together, accusing of Napkin Nate stalking JustGooby all the time, thus resulting in Napkin Nate being banned from that chat, even though they had never met in real life. I don't even think they knew where each other lived. They might have, I don't know. That seems a little strange to share your address with an online friend that you merely just know on the internet. That seems weird to me, but then again, JustGooby doesn't think straight anyway, so. And because this whole Discord fiasco and some other things that probably happened along the way, Napkin Nate would eventually stop uploading to YouTube. And people rumored that it was because of the lash out that JustGooby had on Napkin Nate. Now, it's really hard for me to know if this is the truth or not. I mean, being a YouTuber is hard. Napkin Nate had been at this for 4 years of Roblox, 6 years in total of uploading quite often. Who's to say he didn't feel stressed and overworked all the time? Now, this doesn't give JustGooby any right to accuse Napkin Nate of stalking him, even though Napkin Nate was filling up JustGooby's wallet and his social media presence. In my own personal opinion, it probably was sort of like a stepping stone of Napkin Nate wanting to take a step back and take a break. The audience that JustGooby had amassed from a short time with Napkin Nate was strong enough to, ban Napkin Nate from a Discord server, even though Napkin Nate had a way bigger social media presence, a YouTube presence. So it's probably safe to say that he kind of felt offed by this and just kind of betrayed, maybe. I mean, that's how I would feel. It's really hard to know why Napkin Nate quit, but this probably was sort of a push towards that direction of wanting to take a break. JustGooby realized how much voice and how much power he had through the power of YouTube, which then started the utter disgraceful events that JustGooby would take a part of, which I am calling JustGooby's reign of terror. Because it was. And it's dumb. But on a very serious note, guys, before we talk about the specifics of JustGooby's shameful acts, a big trigger warning of talks of racism, grooming, and unfortunately please keep that in mind going forward. JustGooby would hear about all these accusations pinned against him from this huge audience that viewed his acts as completely and utterly unbelievable. JustGooby's biggest defense against all of this was that all these accusations were just out of context. But for context to be needed in some sort of situation, some things need to be misunderstood or just questioned, when in reality, racism can be simply perceived as using the N-word, which he's done, or doxing, as purely as just saying we could dox, or as grooming and CP as, hey, nudes could be cute. Those messages don't need context. They're very plainly understood by a lot of people. We know exactly what he's meaning behind these. No context is needed to say, oh, that was okay. It's never okay. This Discord group that JustGooby controlled consisted of mostly his audience, which was minors, and JustGooby. He literally called himself God in the group chat. It's like a cult. A Discord cult group. I cannot even fathom the mindset you would have to have in order to tell these kids, literal kids, that you are God. Yeah, it's kind of a joke, but at the same time, if there's any example of JustGooby being a complete maniac, it's this right here. What mindset do you have to be in to call yourself God? At this point, it's not even about having a group chat with fans that you can just chat with freely if you'd like. It's about having like this higher up status than just YouTuber, such as God, to control these children who don't know better, into as your little minions. I mean, that's literally what this is. It's a cult. It's so scary. And here's one of the best examples I could find of him having kids as his only audience. On a community post on his YouTube, he posted, "I have a dead channel." And here are some of the comments. "I always check both of your channel waiting for an video explaining you two why you quit being friends. I missed you guys. Nate was my 5th fave YouTuber. Hope in the future Nate says sorry to you. Explain me. Why did you unfriended Napkin Nate and he disappeared? You really need explain me that. Great. Gooby, do you still do video? Love your video and bye Gooby later. Gooby, please, I was commenting on Napkin Nate vid that where is Gooby? Play with him, Nate, please. By the way, are you on a situation right now? And I kind of don't watch Nate's videos because you're not on it. But if I'm sad, I walked Nate old video that you're on it and it makes me happy because you're funny. So please make vid with Nate or poop. So just a bunch of kids being kids. What concerns me about these comments the most is that in his Discord group chat, he would encourage not safe for work content discussed in these group chats. When Discord allows you to sign up at the young age of not 16, but 13 years old. Gooby? What? So now that I got all that out of the way, I want to discuss what I found. What I really started out with was looking around YouTube, watching some other creators, great videos about this. But I wanted to read some articles and some things that people have wrote about JustGooby and Napkin Nate, hoping to find something that, hasn't been said before. I hadn't, but I did find one really fascinating thing. On a Fandom wiki article about JustGooby's false claims. Important. This is all a false claim. None of the grooming actually happened. There are many false claiming videos on YouTube documenting more of JustGooby's alleged horrible behavior on Discord. The JustGooby Exposed playlist made by the YouTuber Destructor has videos with false evidence. Many online communities such as OBS Community and YWC have had unreasonable problems with Gooby's Discord members who supposedly frequently raided and doxed bystanders over opinions and hatred towards JustGooby. Gooby and his members are falsely known doxers. However, with Gooby encouraging this behavior, Gooby has never attempted to justify and was falsely accused to have manipulated at least 14 victims who were supposedly underaged. Now this is groundbreaking stuff. This is really believable, right? No, because any wiki article, you can just edit. I mean, the option right here is to sign in to edit. If I created an account to edit, I could probably edit this to say,
no, these weren't falsely claimed videos. These were all true.
Even though I know shit, I don't know anything. So this drove me to my next point. Go over to these 3 dots, view history. A lot of these edits are just making minor tweaks to the already given information that's already been posted, tweaking 1 or 2 words to make it make a little bit more sense. Until we get to ShadQWW, who edited it on October 8th of 2023. Changing the entire script of this article to JustGooby was falsely accused of pedophilia by some imbeciles. Not only providing the information that's needed about JustGooby, but also calling the people imbeciles, who would put imbeciles next to falsely accused of one of their favorite YouTubers' fans, or most likely teenage fans. Now, this isn't factual, but this is just my own opinion and what I can see kind of between the lines here. This is just mannerisms of a teenage fan who doesn't understand the repercussions of JustGooby's actions and just wants to help him get back on his feet and make more videos. That's what I want. I want more content. So then I was reading on another article on Fandom Wiki, reading more about JustGooby, kind of talk about the same kind of stuff. But then I decided, let's look at their log as well. And whose name did we find again? ShadQWW, once again stepping in to protect Gooby's name, changing only 1 word, but still kind of the same purpose as the last one. Changing Gooby's crimes to Gooby's accusatory drama. Please note, all this has been proven false. I tried to look for ShadQWW on social media and YouTube, trying to find a way to message him to see where he got his sources, because the sources provided on these wikis is just the text that he wrote up. So unfortunately, I couldn't find a way to contact this person, but I hope they know what they're talking about. Nothing is being provided to fight against all the provided evidence. All that's being said is that it's being taken out of context and maybe being photoshopped. Other than that, all that's being said is that these are false accusations. How? We don't know how. If there's nothing fighting against the original evidence provided against JustGooby, we're all there to believe that what's already been provided is just the truth. We haven't heard from JustGooby. We haven't heard from anyone else telling us, hey, sorry, this is just all untrue. And what's worse is that JustGooby even tells us in his description in his YouTube is, hey, whatever context is needed, I'll make. But yet it's been 4 years since he's ever been present on YouTube or anywhere. Well, Discord maybe, but that's awful. Like, now is not the time to sit back and relax and watch the fire consume you, Gooby. It's time to step up, be a man, and tackle this situation. Unless this is really true, which it's making out to be, step up and make a video about how this is taken out of context like you really agreed to do. It's like the fire is getting fought against by an empty fire extinguisher. Nothing's happening. The fire's just getting bigger. So because I was kind of getting nowhere with this research, I decided to email Nitso, one of Gooby's biggest fans, who also has a YouTube channel himself. Luckily, in his about section, he has an email present, so I could just send him an email if I wanted to. I sent him one through my Comical Shashi email address, but to no avail. I still haven't heard anything. Nitso has done some interviews and answered some questions in the past about what he knows about JustGooby. So I thought this was probably my best chance at getting some information about the whole situation. But to no avail, I got nothing. So this only leads me to believe that because Mitso isn't saying anything, Gooby isn't saying anything, I can't find any resources provided by Shad QWW, I'm only led to believe that what's provided is true. So it really just stands, unless something is provided against these accusatory claims, what's already believed is already what's going to still be believed. Nothing saying, oh, these were all false is going to persuade people to think, oh, maybe not. JustGooby was a funny guy, so all these claims can't be true. He was funny. Which kind of brings me to the conclusion of this video. JustGooby's involvement and history on YouTube is that of an unfortunate and kind of interesting story to tell and provide you guys. I'm not really in the position to tell you guys whether this is true or not, other than just my opinions on the situation. You're free to believe whatever you want. Once this does happen to a YouTube channel, it does eventually turn out to be true with facts coming of light. What I can provide to you guys is that there is a petition for Gooby's ban on YouTube because his YouTube channel is still up and running. Although this doesn't fix the happenings that did happen, I do think it's a step in the right direction. That is, if you do believe it to be true. I'll put the petition link down in the description below. You're free to sign it if you want. But in the meantime, I hope you guys like this video. This was a really interesting research for me to do. I did really like it. And if you guys liked it, please slap a like on this video and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.